give me something new. I want it back, through and through. Just do it.
G'day guys, time for another update on the Pentagon Wheels, where we got up to. So I reckon all up, I might have spent probably somewhere between 10 to 15 hours of just wet sanding on this rim with a 240 grip mostly. You can see I've got all of the dodgy black aerosol can paint off, and as well the original paint. Did all the inside of the barrel too. The spokes still got just a tiny little bit of paint on the inside of them left on there, which I'm not too worried about. Seems it doesn't show anywhere. And just gave the outside of the barrel a really quick rub down. So next step now is just to lay down some etch primer on these, and then once the etch primer is done, then we'll lay down a primer filler. So I've already got my etch primer mixed up here. It's just an acrylic one, so 50-50 ratio with the etch primer and the thinners. So I'll go ahead and just lay down a quick first coat now and see how we go. Now, so time for just a second coat, and then once that's done, then we'll be ready for some primer filler after that. Here we go. Sorry about the lighting, pretty hard to tell, but that's the second coat now. We've probably got plenty of coverage now on that to be able to start looking at doing the primer filler, which is a good thing because I've just run out of etch primer, so I have to go down the shop and buy some more for the next lot of work I do. A couple of little reactions on the rim, nothing to be fussed about, especially considering that will never show, and we've got some reasonable coverage on the back as well. So next thing on is the primer filler, so we'll give this 10 or 15. I'll mix up some primer filler and then we'll lay that down. Alright, that's the primer filler laid down. I didn't bother filming the going on by the spray gun. Exactly the same process as the etch primer. So I started to fill in some of the minor scratches and stuff that might have been left from sanding, and overall the rim's starting to look pretty good. So got the barrel done, all the back side of it all done now as well. So definitely starting to look like a nice neat wheel now, and starting to realise that maybe the 10 hours plus of sanding was worth the effort. But anyway, I'll give that coat another 5 minutes or so to dry, then we'll flip it around a little bit just to make sure I've got good coverage on every area, and then give it one last coat. And in between I've got a couple other car parts that I'll put in primer filler as well. So there we have it. The next rim's all painted black with just like 2K with just a couple of clear coats. I had a bit of a frustrating day working on the car. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong today, but that happens sometimes. So when I get closer to this wheel, you'll see some of the things that went wrong. I got a bit heavy-handed with the clear on some of it, so I've got a few runs in the wheel. That means I'm going to have to do some more sanding and get that back to smooth. While I was in between doing that, I was probably trying to do a bit too much today, all in one hit, and that's why I rushed things and went a bit wrong. But part of what I was doing today as well was painting some of body mouldings. That one there is off the driver's door, and that's the driver's side rear door, and a couple of little plastic mouldings, which they didn't come up too bad, just got a couple of bugs landing in them as they were drying. But again, nothing I can do about that when I have to paint outside. But they came off of this one here, so you can see down the bottom here I've got the painted ones already on. I did a week or so ago on that one. So all those ones are for the other side, and I'm just about finished painting this bottom side skirt, or I guess you could call it a side skirt. Got another coat or two clear to go on that one, hopefully before too many bugs land in it. And then that'll be it for the day today, I reckon. But as I said, like a few of the things that went wrong today, I had some issues with my spray gun, which held me up. They've got a little filter inside of them, and mine's been painting a few too many things, and you can see there, I'm just trying to clean it out now, and all the crap in it. So when I was trying to put on some of the primer filler, I couldn't get any paint through, and so I suspect I'll probably need to see if I can get a new one of those, or buy another cheap gun. I ended up getting out one of my old guns to paint with, which actually sprayed a lot nicer than that gun does, and so kind of a blessing to try the new gun out. But overall, I guess the rims, despite a couple of runs in them, look a hell of a lot nicer than what they did previously. You can see, if I focus in on that, you get reasonable gloss considering that's straight off the gun. Obviously orange peel in that part because I haven't prepped that anywhere near like I did the front side of the wheels. And these little mouldings actually came up really, really well. I'm really happy with those. And I would have been really happy with these too if I hadn't got a couple of friendly little bugs land in them. So they're only in the clear coat, so I should be able to just sand those out, and it'll come up all right. Anyway, I'll get back to finishing off the last couple of coats of clear on the side skirt, and then that'll be it for today. And then hopefully next week we'll start on the bumpers on that Subaru, and surely it should start looking like a car again.